All right, where am I at? Am I on some ranch? Nope. I'm at 1,000 Trails Park here in Medina, Texas. So stay tuned. All right, we are in Medina Lake, Lakeview, Texas, right outside of San Antonio, Texas, and we're at 1,000 Trails Park. This is our site here right behind me. So let me go ahead and show you this. What's really cool about this, we actually got some space in between RVs. It's a nice spot. It's just a wooded area. So here, take a look. That other driveway right there actually is another RV. There's a good amount of space in between the RVs, at least about 75, 80 feet, something like that. So it's a good space, about 10 trees in between us and everything. So it's actually not bad. But here's a site with nothing in it. And let's just see what they're like here. Most of the sites here at Medina Lake, 1,000 Trails, are 30 amps. They have some 50 amps, but they're actually improving that part of the park. They're going to be increasing 50 amp spots. There's one section that has sewage attached to them. There's only a couple 50 amps in those areas. There's only two on this side where we're at. They're all 30 amp. We take a 50, but we got the reducer so we can handle 30 amps fine. And it's really not hot out here on West Texas. But I'm gonna show you a couple things, a couple good things about the park, a couple bad things about the park. I'm only a annual 1,000 Trails membership. We wanted to try it out before we buy, and I'll tell you about some of the other ones we stayed at. So let's go look at some other things over here. What's cool about this so far is they actually have some really old structures on the property like this. It's pretty neat. It's a neat barn, old barn, but they're not taking care of it. And maybe the plan is to tear it down. I don't know. But this would be a great storage place for materials that they have and everything. It just needs probably a couple $1,000s in work that I can see right off the top of my head that they could actually utilize this. Repaint it, no big deal. It'd be done. But if I was here with kids, I would definitely tell my kids stay away from this thing, because this front section right here, let me show you this. As you can see up here, this is all starting to rot and fall apart, and this whole front end could fall in on somebody, which is pretty bad. And you know, kids, they like playing and stuff like this. They're just curious. You know, this ladder right here is falling apart, but they would still try to get up there, and that ladder could collapse. Now, there's really nothing wrong with those things. It's just a general upkeep, because this thing has a drive-through that I'm walking through, right? And it has room on this side and room on this side, and they could use this all for storage for the property. I don't know why they don't use it for that. There's some upgrades here. There are some upgrades here. They're actually in the process. I don't know if I said it earlier, but they're in the process of doing some 50 amps on the property. Laundry is over here. Those white buildings over there. It's done on a app to pay. It's really simple. Washers are $1.75, drying is $1.50, and the dryer was going on for an hour. It's all on a timer through this app, and simple. But they had was it eight washers and 8 dryers over there, and it's an old building, but it's clean. So let's go around some other places around here. We're going to walk over here to the pool and the bathrooms. They're over by the laundry area and stuff like that, and let you see them. Let's check out these bathrooms. There's nobody in there, and I'm sure you'll be surprised how nice they actually are. Showers, and of course, bathrooms. It's not bad for this bathroom. It's one of the newer structures they've done, except for this, fluorescent light actually going off, pulsating. If it went really faster, we could be in a psychedelic show. It would be pretty cool. Anyways, they need to get that fixed. That's the fire inspector in me. So let's go see some more things. This house is actually on the property at Thousand Trails. It's actually a historic home, but they're letting it fall apart. I don't understand why they just don't get a hold of the Texas Historical Society, and maybe they can get some money to fix the exterior, because there are some serious problems here. People could get hurt or killed. Let me show you a couple of these things. First of all, when you walk onto this porch, you can see there's plywood here, probably so you don't fall in. You got a door that's damaged here with the supplies of the park in here. You got other doors that are broken. Yeah, this used to be the place where, this was like the game room. You can see behind me right here, the pool room, ages 21 and over. I guess they had a pool table in there. They have couches and stuff in here, but the thing's fallen apart so bad that it's dangerous. Let me show you the front of this thing. It's pretty crazy. What I'm about ready to show you is pretty bad and dangerous, especially if you got a bunch of little boys and kids around here, because kids do crazy things. So take a look at this stuff. Wow, that post right there is split and falling apart right about there. Then you go down this thing, it's rotted right here, falling apart here. Look at this. But look up top. Right there. Right there. Yeah, there's the house right there behind me. They really need to put a fence around that, because kids, they see construction, they see stuff like that. It's cool, it's a fort, it's whatever. They want to go exploring it, and things could happen. So they really need to do something about that. So I'm walking a couple trails to go down by where the lake area is. Okay, I'm walking the trail here. I'll let you see it here in a second, but there's some really nice things about Thousand Trails here. There is actually deer all over the place. At night, there's probably 10 around our RV trailer, sleeping and all that kind of stuff in the woods. So that is really, really cool. And if you got kids, that's great. So I'm walking this way, this direction, to the lake area, the Medina Lake section for Thousand Trails. It's really low because since about 2010, it's just been getting lower and lower and lower, and the rain hasn't really been in this part of the state to really keep it full. So it's going to be really low when you see it. Even the main one's super low. We saw that the other day. So let's continue walking down this way. I tell you what, I'd rather be walking the trail than on the road, because sometimes people just don't pay attention. It's not a bad trail. It's not long. It's not far off the road. So let's continue going. The next stop will probably be either the rec center that's there just up the road, or the lake, whichever one comes first. I just happened to come across them. See, that's what's pretty cool about this place, is the nature part. Those deer are just roaming free like crazy, doing whatever they want to do, because they own this place pretty much. So that's just nothing. So that was pretty cool that I came across them. Let's continue. they're so used to people. They don't want you to feed them, of course, because they want it to be natural. But they're so used to people. You saw what he was doing. He would look up, or actually what she was doing. She would look up, see if I was going to do anything coming at her or not. And she's still doing it now. So that's pretty cool. Wow, look what I came across walking up to the Marina area in the back. Still got a ways to go, though. Somebody has a rock stack here, and I checked them, and they're not glued, they're actually stacked, so that's really cool. A while back, if I can find it, I did a little thing on rock stacking, what it meant and everything, and I'll put it in the bottom. If I remember correctly, it's for good luck mostly, and everything. So but if I can find what I did with that article, I'll put it at the bottom in the description. If I can put it up here as a link, I will. So let's continue walking. It's a long walk. I came across another one walking. It's frozen like it ain't gonna do nothing. But yeah, they're all over the place. Yep, those deer are everywhere. Now, I couldn't walk up to it and pet it. It would take off, but it was really close. That was only about 8 feet. Let's keep going that direction. Okay, I'm down here at the lake, and the marina is just back that way a little bit. Nothing fancy about it. It's just there's a boat over there parked in the parking area, and boat launches there right now. But they really can't boat launch any boats right now, because this is why. Look at this. All this right about here should be water, but it's all sucked out. And this is nothing. This is actually like a pond now, because where the lake is at, it's really deep. And this actually was lower, so it's like a pond swamp area right now until the rains get better. Since 2011, the water's been going down because they use it for irrigation for farms and stuff around here, but they haven't been getting the rain like they need. So that's why it's low like this. So this is not Thousand Trails' fault. This is nature and the cycle of how things are. It's not global warming. It's just rain hasn't really been in this area consistently every year to keep it up. Anyways, let's continue. As I'm walking this stuff, you can see that there's playgrounds right back here and everything for the kids. So, and I think there's 3 of them here. There's a dog run somewhere way over there, and I'm not gonna walk way over there and get it, because where we're at is at the beginning of the RV park, or of Thousand Trails, and this is the very back of it. So I've probably walked 3/4 of a mile to a mile just to get back here. So now I got to walk back. No big deal, it's just the way it is. So let's continue walking. And I think that's probably going to be it. So if I find any more information or finding more things at Thousand Trails here, I'll put them on here. Well, I found this walking. It's just a little shed type thing, covered area here in the park. People probably do things here and all that kind of stuff. But overall, the park isn't bad. There is definitely some things they have to take care of for safety reasons. But overall, the park isn't bad. They're trying to upgrade a section of the RV area to full hookups with 50 amp. And so that's in the process. I didn't go over there to do that. And then you just got an older park. I was talking to a lady here. Her dad used to work here when she was a little kid. She's much older now. She's retired. So this park has been here a long, long time. And she says it was pristine. But over years, things get slacked. People don't work like they're supposed to. Management changes, and you can have good management or you can have bad management. And I think right now, with the new things they've built, maybe it's good management that replaced bad management in the last year or so. So they're working on getting things better, but it needs a lot of work. It's in a lot of simple things. You'll see trash and paper on the ground. I don't know why they just don't have people that are pick up after themselves. First of all, if you're a camper, you should pick up after yourself. But things do blow out of the trash cans and stuff like that. So they should have people on the property at least going through and checking it and picking that kind of stuff up. Or at least as they're driving in their golf carts, pick stuff up as they see it. It's not that hard. So now I'm heading back. Let's continue. Well, I came across something else. It's not very big, 50 by 50, but you can get your dogs in here and let them do their thing and stuff like that and pick up after themselves. I'll tell you what, that's one of the things that bothers the heck out of me about people and pets. They don't pick up after themselves, and they don't understand that their dog could be carrying a disease and it passes on to another one because dogs eat that stuff, okay? And it's just nasty. Pick up after your dog. I don't get that part. I have 2 dogs. I pick up after them. I've even had run out of bags, and I had to walk back to the RV, and I came back and I picked it up because I didn't want someone walking in it. I didn't want some dog eating it, even though I know my dogs are really healthy. I'm not worried about that. But if you have pets, pick up after your dogs. And if you're not willing to pick up after your dogs, maybe you don't need them. That's just a thought I have. So let's continue. I got about a mile to go. Well, actually, there's the RV right there. Not very far from it. I actually talked to some people that are working here, and they answered my question on what I actually thought it was. COVID, they basically shut down any construction or upgrades, stuff they were doing. They had an older manager that is no longer here, and they have a new manager that's really good, they said, and he has a lot of stuff happening here. So there's going to be a bunch of upgrades. I bet in a year from now, this park will be looking a whole lot better than it is right now. So I'm glad to hear that. So overall, this park is not bad. It's pretty nice. It's really, you're in the woods, which is cool, all the deer. So if you like this video, like it, thumbs up it, subscribe, hit that bell, whatever it is, and we'll see you at the next video.